back to the channel. So today we're going to do another weekly check-in for NaNoWriMo. We are officially 2 weeks into the project, and I figured I would ask how you all are doing if you are, in fact, working on the NaNoWriMo project this year. And also just give you a little bit of inspiration to keep on going if you are working on it, but you're up against the wall. Typically, at this point in the month, we are easily distracted. We're kind of getting tired of our story. I've seen enough of it, and we start dreaming about all the stories we put on the current holdover block in order to do this, and it's real easy to just decide that, okay, I've done enough, let's move back to the things that I want to write. And obviously with NaNoWriMo, the whole goal is to get to 50,000 words or more, and it's hard to do that when we give up halfway through. So figured, well, let's just have our little moment of reflection to see if we are even still interested in the story, and just ask honest questions like, do I care about what I'm doing? Am I on the right track? Do I know if this is going anywhere? Do I think it's going anywhere? And of course, all the stuff we would normally ask anyway, whether we're writing for NaNoWriMo or just any other time of the year. It's easy to second guess what we're doing. So if you're in that situation, I hope that you get through it, just get to the end and evaluate later whether or not it was worth it. Because sometimes we find out after the fact that it actually was worth it. Of course, that's not 100% true. I mean, sometimes we'll get to the end and realize, oh, wow, I totally wasted this month. But hopefully that's not your situation, and I hope that's not mine. I haven't decided yet if that's where I am, but I'm pretty happy with where I'm at with mine so far. And if you are curious what I'm doing, I don't think I talked about it last week, but I'm expanding my short story amusement into a novel called I'm Not Amused. And the premise really is just fleshing out what the background story was from the short story, which is, the main protagonist, Sam McGinnis, he loses his son to an accident, and he wants payback for those responsible. And he's not like a violent guy or anything. He's more subversive because he's a marketing agent, and he wants to get into the corporate sector and kind of erode them from the inside. And his target will eventually be an amusement park, which is the one that is featured in the short story. And I'm not there at that point yet, but it's right now I'm just kind of having fun exploring what I never knew about the character from the old versions of the story. And I'm also trying to see where his range of emotional stakes are, because in the short story he's pretty I would call him cold. It would be an easy way to label him in the short story, and in this one I think we get a better range of why he's cold, or a better understanding of that. So I definitely am happy with what I've come up with, but yeah, I haven't really discussed it too much in the last version, so I figure, well, maybe we'll take a look, just at a couple things here. We'll go back to the first day. You can see that I didn't really put much effort into it because I think I got a late start. I can go to my journal and find out what really happened that morning. Yeah, I didn't get started until basically the end of the night. Which is, by the way, if you haven't used this Scrivener template yet, I do have access to it available for you if you want to try it. It's still not too late to kind of move all your content into the template if you want to keep track of it the way I'm doing it. But you'll see that I keep a daily journal on the side just to count my progress and to help me decide what I want to do for future changes and all that. And you can see my other videos on how to actually use this properly. I don't need to necessarily show you once again. But you can just sort of get an understanding here of where I am with this. He just starts off on a regular day like most people do, and as the day goes on, bad things gradually happen. And one thing I thought was really interesting is on the fourth day, I actually had inspiration to write the ending. So I'm not going to click on day 4. I don't want to spoil it should you ever read it. But I think my best writing that I've done in a long time came out of day 4. I'll give you the site right now. Wasting, not spoiling anything. Yeah. So this is all still within the context of the opening, but the last part is the actual last scene. And it was interesting trying to capture what I think the emotion of that would be, while also thinking about the theme of the whole story. And having to figure out how my story's going to actually end up getting into that scene. So I don't know. It's one of those things where you kind of move around here and there, and you hope for the best, but it also gives you a goal. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, if you're not sure how to get to the end, it might be worth it just to write the scene you think will be the final scene, and then let everything else sort of walk your way into it. Of course, my other way of writing is just to think it through before I sit down and really write, because outlines don't work for me too much, but thinking about it ahead of time often does. So it gives me something to work toward. But yeah, I don't know. Again, these weekly check-ins are not really designed to take up much of your time. They're just really there to help you get through and to show you that it can be done. Again, I have other things to do. I work full-time. I am tired most nights when I come home. Most of my writing is like from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock at night, and yet I'm still able to get in some time in here. It's not impressive. I don't know that I'll hit 50,000 on this particular streak, but I have a few good days in here. Obviously you can see my day 4 was pretty productive, over 5,000. And again, if you click on the bar down here, you can see what my goal was. You can see my various stats so far. Here's where I'm at right now at 19,712. Anyway, I just thought I'd share all that. I guess we'll go ahead and end on the medley of word count video counters. So if you are into that, let's go ahead and start that now. And hope you got some inspiration out of this. I hope I didn't waste your time. Sorry if I did, but we'll see what happens for next week. If you all are interested in this stuff, maybe I'll do a week 3 check-in. If you're not, maybe I won't. Who knows? So anyway, all right. I think maybe my clock is probably. Oh, I should probably show you my chart. Sure. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't do that. All right. Well, here's where we are so far. Let's see. I was above the margin, and then I fell below it, and now I'm going to take me a while to catch up. And if you have never used this site, by the way, I think I mentioned in other videos, you can update your progress by the plus here. It'll show you, it'll give you an option to select what your news and all that stuff. You can also do it over here, and this will give you an option to add by date also. So if you haven't, if you're in a situation where you need to update and you just haven't been doing it, I would recommend do it through this side if you haven't already. But yeah, this is my chart. This is a liar because I had I think that big long 4-day or the day 4 marathon. I said that I had started at right after midnight, and I ended at 11 o'clock at night. That's not actually, I had 2 or 3 different sessions. So this should really be closer to 30 or 40. So I guess if you're going to track your progress, maybe, do it by sections, because you can technically do that. I just haven't been doing that, so I'll keep clean over here. Anyway, let me see where I'm at for the entire run so far. I like this site. I think stats are interesting. Anyway, that's all. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you're inspired. So hope you're continuing to write. So I'll just go ahead and again end with the medley of video stuff, and you can sign off whenever you want. Thanks again. Bye.